Welcome, and thank you for joining us to participate in this professional conversion program for jewelry design and marketing professionals. Now, my name is Alex, and I'm one of the directors here at the Jewelry Design and Management International School. I'm excited to be in charge of liaising with employers and helping to coordinate to find a place for you in your new career in jewelry. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the process first of all, because you're looking at this video either because you have already applied or because you're considering applying for the professional conversion program. Now, the first step to getting started is to connect and to apply for the program using the CareerFuture website. Until you've actually gone through and submitted all of your documents in the CareerFuture website, we will not be able to start this process. Once you've done so, I will then be in touch with you to send you a link. And the link is for you to be able to provide me with 3 important pieces of information that I am then going to be able to share together with your resume and your application with jewelry employers that are interested in getting you jump-started in the jewelry industry. Those 3 pieces of information are a photograph, a personal statement about why you care about jewelry, and a personal statement about why the employer should care about hiring you. Now, once we have that information, we will be sharing your details with employers, and they will be able to reach out to you and arrange a Skype meeting, a Zoom meeting, a team meeting, whatever system or platform that they use. But what they'll do is they will coordinate with you and they will start the interview process. Once they've found a good match, so once the employer has met you, has talked to you, and thinks, yes, this is the person we are going to groom to be our next designer and jewelry design, marketing, merchandising professional, then they'll let us know and we'll be able to kickstart the process to start your training and your on-the-job experience with that jeweler. So let me talk about the 3 pieces of information that I need you to give us in addition to your application. We've been seeing a lot of applications coming in through the CareerFuture Portal, and we have a lot of interesting participants with a lot of interesting backgrounds, but to be honest with you, they're very difficult to discern at this stage because we simply have lots of resumes and no real clear understanding of who it is that's really passionate about getting into the jewelry industry. So there are a few things that we need to help get the employers to see you better and to understand who you are and to reach out to make that initial interview request. Now, the first thing we need is a photograph. Why do we need a photograph? Well, because jewelry designing and jewelry merchandising, they are very front-facing roles within a jewelry company. You will be the face of that jewelry company. You will be dealing with their customers. You will be basically representing the brand and representing the company. And so every jewelry employer is looking to make sure that they can put a face to you and they can see you participating in their business in an active way in the front of the business. So what we'd like you to do is take a simple photograph. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. We need you to have a photograph that shows you in a professional attire, smiling, and try and keep the background simple. Even just against the white wall is absolutely fine. You don't need to go crazy to have a professional photograph, but we need to make sure that you have a simple, clean, and professional looking photograph to share with the jewelers. The second thing we need from you is a personal statement to tell us why you care about the jewelry industry. So you've applied for a professional conversion program. What that means is that you're coming to us from another industry and you're thinking, maybe jewelry. Now, the employer is really looking for somebody that is much more enthusiastic about the jewelry industry than just, maybe I'll give it a try. They're looking for somebody to say, you know what, I was just waiting for an opportunity to break into this industry. I love design, I love gemstones, I love jewelry. That's why I want to come and join you to become a jewelry designer or a jewelry marketing professional. And if the employer doesn't really understand that and understand that very quickly, which for many of your resumes they won't be able to pick up on, then they're simply going to pass over your resume and look at the next person. So in order to give everyone the best possible chance, I'd like you to give me a brief personal statement. It doesn't need to be more than a sentence or a paragraph to say why it is that you really care about getting into the jewelry industry, because I'm going to be sharing that with employers, and that will be one of the driving forces for getting them in touch with you to have an interview. The second personal statement I need is a personal statement that you will have to think a little bit about, because I need you to tell the jewelry company why should they care about you. Because I see people from a wide range of backgrounds. I have people that have applied with audit backgrounds and accounting backgrounds. I have people that have applied with creative and fashion backgrounds. I have people that have more administrative backgrounds. I have people that have been working with customers all of their lives. All of these things are wildly different. And the jewelry companies need to understand how it is that you're going to be able to take your skills, your special skills from your previous experience, and make those relevant and valuable to the jewelry company that you're going to be working in. So if you are an accountant or an auditor, you might make mention of your attention to detail and your understanding of process and your willingness to transform that into the learnings that you have in design and marketing. If you're somebody that has a lot of people skills, you can talk about how you can translate those people skills into how you're going to work with customers within that jewelry company. And if you're more artistic, you can share with them perhaps your artistic portfolio or something interesting that will help them say, wow, this person has a design background and I'm going to be able to, transition them into jewelry very easily. So no matter what your background, I need you to take a few minutes to think carefully about why it is that the jewelry company should care about hiring you specifically. What is it that makes your application more interesting than everyone else's? Fantastic. So those are the three things I need from you before we can actually get started to match you with a jewelry company. And when you submit those three things, I would like you to be aware of something important. It's going to be a one-time submission, so you won't be able to go back and edit. So I need you please to maybe take a few minutes to write your personal statement in Word or in Google Docs and do a spell check. Make sure it's okay before you upload it. Because I would feel bad if you uploaded something that didn't really look great to employers, because they're maybe not going to consider you as favorably as others if you have lots of spelling mistakes. And also, it's not going to make us look really good that we're presenting them with candidates that haven't really done their due diligence to at least make sure that they have a nice, clean spell check statement to send to their employers. So do take a few minutes to make sure that your personal statements look great so that when the employers read them, they're going to be impressed and they're going to be reaching out to you to have that interview. Fantastic. So with that in mind, I am going to very much look forward to receiving your application, your personal statements and photograph, and eventually, once we're able to make the connections with employers, to getting you started on your new career path in the jewelry industry. Before I go, I would like to highlight just one important thing. As you know, these are very uncertain times, especially for certain industries like the retail industry. A lot of jewelry companies right now are still trying to work out what the new normal is going to be. And they're not quite ready to hire just yet. Some of them are already planning, some of them have plans that are a few months out. And so we need your patience to be able to give the jewelry companies time not only to review your resume, but also to review their own strategic plans to make sure how they're going to incorporate new design trainees and new professionals from other industries to come in and help reboost and revitalize the jewelry industry after the COVID-19 period. So please give us some time, make sure that you have a compelling personal statement, and we're going to be looking forward to helping you get into the jewelry industry as quickly as possible.